We received these pictures recently of some quirky looking growths on the stems of these tomatoes, as well as on the underside of the leaves of these angelonia. Now, the weather had been fairly wet and cool and humid, and the crop had just finished closing the canopy. Now, after a few questions, it sounds like the soil had been kept fairly wet, and the temperatures were reduced so they could slow down the crop and keep it toned before transplanting. You may be wondering if this is some type of pest or disease, but the growths weren't rubbing off at all, and so likely what's happening here is a physiological disorder called edema. Edema is a corky or bump growth that happens on many different parts of the plants, leaves, petioles, as well as stems. It can be various textures, colors, sizes, and shapes too. It's usually found on the underside of the leaves, but again, it can happen on a lot of different plant parts. Edema is caused by a water imbalance within the plant, causing the cells to burst. Most often, this occurs when soils are kept wet, the air is cool, and plants have moved or changed in their water needs. This could be when plants are moving from propagation to a drier area, when the canopy closes, and really this means that the water management needed to change on the soil as well as in the air. These symptoms probably won't disappear, but you can stop it from happening. So watch your substrate moisture as well as your humidity when plants are moving from one stage to another, such as propagation or transplanting, and when the canopy closes. Plants' water needs change based on the environment as well as the growth stage that they're in. Try not to water and keep the plants wet when they're going to bed. So that means don't water after 10 a.m. if you can, and especially don't water after noon. This means the plants could stay wet for longer and into the night. Edema can happen on a variety of different crops like Thunbergia, Ipomoea, geraniums, brassicas, and many other crops. So keep an eye out for this and make sure you're tackling your water properly.